Hey everybody!
Hello.
Hey guys.
MaJeliv here. We're the Vasquez family. I'm Matthew.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Jemmy.
I'm Jose.
And I'm Joshua.
And today we are going to be reacting to the official teaser trailer of Killers of the Flower Moon, directed by Martin Scorsese. This is going to be produced by Apple TV, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, among another very talented cast. This movie has been long awaited. Martin Scorsese has been working on this movie for a very long time. I feel like they announced this movie a long time ago,
Yeah.
so it's
And
finally coming out.
It's a long movie too, right?
Yes, it got premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, and it got a 9-minute standing ovation. You said, correct?
Correct.
That's right, yeah. So I did want to do more research and kind of understand what was kind of going on, so I kind of researched the little description that they have here, so I'll read it for everyone in case we all need a little refresher. But it's based on David Grant's broadly lauded best-selling book, Killers of the Flower Moon. It's set in 1920s Oklahoma and depicts the serial murder of members of the oil-wealthy Osage Nation, a string of brutal crimes that came to be known as the Reign of Terror. So it seems like quite a tragic story. It's going to have, I'm sure, a lot of deep and meaningful things to talk about after. Bless you.
Thank you.
Meaningful conversations to have after this movie, as a lot of Martin Scorsese movies do. They provoke a lot of emotion and thought after. So we're going to jump into this official teaser trailer. It's only 1 minute and 51 seconds long, so probably won't give us too much, but enough to kind of see what we got coming. So comes out October 6th, I believe. So let's jump into the official teaser trailer of Killers of the Flower Moon. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you guys enjoy our reaction. Here we go. Whoa. Is that them dancing in oil? Like the...
The Osage took their name from Missouri and Osage rivers. Kanska, children of the Middle Waters. Move, said the great white father. There are many, so many hungry wolves. Can you find the wolves in this picture?
Huh. Wow. Oh, Brendan Fraser, too.
Can you find the wolves in this picture?
Huh.
Dang.
Wow, man.
Man.
Hmm.
Eric Roth
Dang.
and Martin wrote it.
Wrote it together, wow.
In theaters.
In October.
Exclusively in theaters, yeah. So even
Yeah.
though Apple TV helped produce it or distribute it, it's going to be in theaters, which is, I think, is
I'm very glad they're putting it in theaters.
phenomenal. But
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, the wolves. That's definitely a big
That's such a great way to symbolize it
symbolism.
Yeah.
Seems
too.
like
Because
there
of
was...
how terrible that whole history is of what happened to the Native Americans in the Reign of Terror.
From what I understand, there was a strategy to trying to, take over the wealth that the Osage Nation had. Yeah, it's terrifying. It's horrifying because it's almost like what's happening, what's going on, and we're gonna slowly see it unravel. These, greedy men and women that come in and completely, like wolves, like wolves in sheep's clothing,
Right.
infiltrating this prosperous nation and claiming it for their own.
The trailer, the way they made oil look like almost like blood,
Yep.
right? It's like this colorless image where it could be both. The trailer, the way it was shown, like it is very chilling. Like I can only imagine the heart-wrenching movie that it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be tough to watch, but
Yeah, but it's
the way he portrays, the way he does movies, it's just you're gonna feel like you're there in those times and experiencing all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be. Oh, sorry.
No.
No, that it's probably gonna be one tough to watch, but important to watch
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, because it's true. I mean, it happened. It'd be very interesting. Again, there's a lot. Fantastic cast there.
Yeah.
And I'm very
Same,
eager to see it. I mean, people are already talking
this
about
is
it.
the same director as The Irishman,
So,
right?
yes, Irishman and plenty of others. But yeah, that was like the
Just
last
and
movie
I know
you saw. That
those two
yeah.
stories are very different. These two stories are very different because this one's a lot more tragic, especially given the fact that The Irishman is about corruption in America and political stuff. And but it was long, and it was depressing, in a nutshell,
But
because
it took
of
its time, right?
it took its time, yes, but at the end it definitely was like there was a heaviness.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be.
And
heavy,
that's
too.
what I'm saying is if the
Yeah.
fact that The Irishman was able to do that, this is, I mean, I don't know if The Irishman was based off of true events.
Yes, it was.
Exactly. So, if this is, I mean, especially since Leonardo DiCaprio's character is in love with this native, so seeing this story through his lens, this love that they have, and for all these tragic things to happen, it's very much like a painting where you have the light and then the dark, and the light is sometimes emphasized, but if there's too much dark, you lose it. So it's very, very,
Yeah.
it's definitely, it's not a movie or a story that I would be excited to see because it is so dark
Right.
and so tragic, but it is necessary. So I think if we can have that heavy-hearted feeling, I think the story, the telling of this true event will have done its job. So we can learn from it and do better because, I mean, humans can be kind. We can be pretty messed up.
I think it's the
But
emphasis
it's
too that there
definitely-
was. It's in events like this where people stole the land
Yeah.
from the natives. You know, it wasn't this like passing down of. And Martin Scorsese is very good at that, of building the tension and just making all of it. And
He
I
does
don't
it so
I don't
masterfully too.
right. And Leonardo DiCaprio has played some very interesting, not so heroic characters too. And I don't necessarily know if his character's completely. Yeah, you can trust him
Innocent?
too, because
Yeah.
what was going on in the story he was reading to what looks like his child or a kid, is mirroring what's happening, and the way that the father or something was saying to go to this new land, that there's others. It's the strategy. It just seems very very.
That's what I'm saying though
intentional,
too, is what if he goes there with the intention of killing, but when he gets there he falls in love. So there might be
Right,
a
yeah,
change
so-
in heart, something. I hope that's the case.
Man. But
I want to mention the masterful work that Martin Scorsese has given cinema history, and the Hollywood Reporter made a comment that with this film he extends his legacy. So there's a reason there was a 9-minute standing ovation, and it's because it's a story that is so important to tell. Not long ago we took some time for Yom HaShoah to take a pause and reflect on the many lost in the Holocaust during World War II. Well, I think films like this and the stories these stories of the natives here in America are being told in these fragments of films. But when you piece them together, for anyone that is not native, you start to realize there has been something not being told for a very long time, that it needs to be told. And it needs to be told so that we don't forget and we don't ever allow it again. But the reality also is that a lot of the Native Americans that are here ready to tell these stories, there's such an importance to honor their legacy and the loss, and then also the coming out of such a dark period, to still now be thriving members of an artistic community and members of society. I just looked it up because I had a feeling that I had a connection to this film, and I got to work with Tatanka Means on The Liberator, and he's playing John Wren in this movie.
Oh,
So
wow.
to say that I'm excited about seeing him in this kind of impactful film, I can't even put it to words. This will definitely be one that rips my soul open, breaks me into pieces, and then puts me back together with
Hopefully.
hope. ideally, right?
Yeah. But like Josh said, it's a very necessary tearing open.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
It
that sense of
must happen.
unraveling
in order-
the truth, a very
right.
necessary truth.
It's one of these films that does turn the mirror on humanity, and it wakes us up, and it ideally turns us into better citizens of humankind.
Yeah.
And also, hopefully, opens our eyes to what our Native brothers and sisters have been put through, and creates an admiration and a respect for the things they'd have to endure. So I am strangely excited to experience this, because I know it'll
The
hit me.
performances, I mean,
Yeah.
for sure,
It's
on
gonna
a
be-
cinematic level, it's going to be quite the experience, especially if it's going to be in theaters, you know? For sure. So,
Yeah.
man, we will see. We will see. It said October, so that'll
Yeah.
be right here. Well, that'll be here before we know it. Man, wow, what a teaser. That was, just a teaser. And quite frankly, I don't know if I'd want to see more.
Right, at this point, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Probably just wait till October, but we'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Any details or things that are good to know about this story going into it, what you are excited to see, or kind of like you said, very kind of wary to see because you know the truth, or how this specific story resonates with you, this specific event in history. We would just love to connect with all of you in the comments and hear what you guys have to say. It really just that's one of the favorite things that we do on this channel is just get to connect with you in the comments and just hear everything you guys have to share with us. So just meet us down there. Thank you again for joining us today. We hope you guys enjoyed this reaction and our commentary. If you guys enjoy what we're doing here on this channel, it would mean a lot if you guys can leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new MaJeliv videos. And if you want to go even further and help support the goals that we have here on this channel, you guys can check out our Patreon down below in the link in the description, or this card up above, where you guys can check out our Patreon and become a member of MaJeliv, or you guys can also become a member on this channel. So you have two ways of supporting this channel, whether on Patreon or here on YouTube. If you guys are interested in that, and you guys will get exclusive content through there, you guys can check that out. But besides that, thank you so much for being here today. Go out there, spread your light, and have a MaJeliv day.
Bye.
Bye.